So what now? What is going on, everyone? It is Trust the Buzz here. If you are new to the channel, I make daily Charlotte Hornets content, so if that interests you, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. And don't forget to like, comment as well, because those are the best ways you can help the channel right now. So if you can't tell by the title of the video, the thumbnail, or haven't heard any of the news, Miles Bridges was arrested last night in Los Angeles and charged with domestic felony assault. I am not qualified to even talk about those things, especially with the lack of news that we've had about the situation, but it doesn't look good. So what I will say is that I do hope the young lady has a speedy recovery. I don't know her name, so I wish it could sound more sincere, and probably for privacy reasons, her name has not been released, but I do hope that the alleged victim has a speedy recovery. But I am qualified to talk about basketball, so well, I guess I wouldn't say I'm qualified, but I have talked about basketball enough, so I have 10 videos. So does that make me qualified? I don't know. But in today's video, I'm just going to be talking about what the Charlotte Hornets should do next, because I have no idea. I'm just going to, kind of go over some, bare options, because at this point it's all speculation. I don't like to speculate on this channel, unless it's out of good fun, but this isn't fun at all. So basically, I just want to talk about maybe a few paths the Hornets could take. There's a billion different ones, just because this is all so fresh and new. But so if you got anything else to say, make sure you say in the comment section. We can talk about it, because that's the whole point of this video. Anyway, so one thing the Hornets can do is, well, Miles just accept the qualifying offer, so it's like $8 million. He takes that hit against the cap, and then the Hornets just wait and have you continue to build out the roster, and then you just hope Miles is able to play after the investigation and stuff. If he's innocent, then this we're having a whole totally different conversation. But I don't want to speculate one way or the other, so we're just kind of teeter the line between both. But so yeah, he takes a qualifying offer, and then you just go from there. And then you hope he plays during the season, but you got to continue to build out the roster. Issue with that is, if you sign him this coming up off season, hopefully it won't be a lot because of the situation, but because you're afraid to give him a long-term deal, he won't be able to be signed over the cap. So the Hornets won't be able to sign him next season and then still go over the cap. You have to make some moves. So I mean, that's like a whole different video there, because you have to think about trading Gordon Hayward, Terry Rozier, big contracts, things like that. So it becomes interesting if he does take the qualifying offer. Next thing you could do is just, and this is almost what I'd rather them do, but I'm not sure the pathway for it, just pretend he's not going to be there. One thing is, I don't see the Charlotte Hornets are dysfunctional alone. So I don't see them being able to take someone who's in a dysfunctional situation, bring them back to the team, have them play, and then everything just be fine, just because I just don't see it for the Charlotte Hornets. The Spurs could do something like that. The Heat could do something like that. The old Lakers could do something like that. But the Charlotte Hornets are not one of them teams that I just feel like have it together enough to be able to take on that. So to me, for that reason only, that's why I feel like they should probably just let it go. And like I said, I don't know what that looks like, but you just have to prepare for him to not be there. This is what I don't want. Whether he accepts the qualifying offer or not, I do not want them to be like, well, we have Miles Bridges, so let's not, address these situations, or let's not make any moves. Or no, you have to assume he's not going to be there, because that's the worst case scenario. So you don't want to prepare as if he's going to be there, and he's not there ever, and then you're stuck. So you have to prepare as if he's never was on the team. I feel like, whether good or bad, whether whether the incident is he ends up being innocent, you still have to prepare as if he's not going to be there, because you don't want to be left in limbo where we've been forever. And same if he's guilty, obviously he won't be there. So you just need to prepare accordingly. So I don't want them to feel like, oh well, we have Miles, and this, that, and the other, so we're not gonna make these moves, and we're not gonna do that. No, pretend Miles never existed. I feel like that's your best bet. That's the best way to be safe. Now, like I said, it's really hard to speculate what moves there are to even be made, just because there's so many rumors going around in the NBA. There's so much going on with the actual situation. We don't know whether it's leading to him being innocent or guilty. It's just all speculation at this point. So I don't want to say they should sign this player, they should sign this type of player, they should do this, they should do, because it's just impossible to do. But I will say the best thing for the Charlotte Hornets is to prepare as if he's not going to be there, whatever that may be, whatever that means, whatever those moves look like. That does it for that part. One part I really want to talk about, though, however, is the Charlotte Hornets are dysfunctional. They're a dysfunctional franchise right now. And I mean, it may look cool on the court, but behind closed doors, this team is very dysfunctional. I mean, there's a reason why Kenny Atkinson didn't want to come, you know, when it came to the assistant coaches. Even now, they're trying to convince Steve Clifford to keep a lot of the assistant coaches to stay under the money and not pay. It's just like, what do you want? You don't run a team. And I'm not even just mad at Michael Jordan, I'm mad at everybody. Like, you just don't run a team to just sit there. And that's exactly what's happening. They keep saying they want to win, keep wanting to win, keep wanting to win, but there's nothing that's been put in place to show that they actually want to win. Even when they take 3 steps forward, they take 1 step back. So they took 3 steps forward, drafted LaMelo. They took 42 steps back, you know, signing Gordon Hayward. So it's really frustrating just because they say they want to win and they don't. Like, at this point, I'd rather just know your true intention. I'd rather just know that it's like, oh, well, you know, he never talks about winning, so we're never going to win. Like, I'd rather that than you tell me we're going to win and then you hesitate to make those moves. I know that you're afraid of being the butt of the joke, and so you're trying to take it slow because the Hornets were, you know, the laughing stock for so long. But that was, a lot of that was because of bad draft choices. That had nothing to do with how, I mean, a little bit how the team was ran, but had nothing to really do. You drafted Michael Kidd-Gilchrist II. You drafted Adam Morrison. You drafted Noah Vonleh. You drafted Cody. Like, those were draft choices. Literally, if you know, push the board up and down 3 or 4 spots, the Charlotte Hornets are in a completely different situation than they're in now, hopefully. You know, because like I said, the organization still does have some faults in the front office. But if you're the Charlotte Hornets, you got to look yourself in the mirror, because why do these things keep happening? First, like I said, in the Bobcat phases, when they were struggling before they got Kemba Walker and struggling a little bit after, that was probably the best time, when after Kemba Walker with Steve Clifford was here and they were winning and going to the going to the playoffs kind of, and then they actually put up a fight against the Miami Heat. It's just tough. Those were basketball related issues, if my memory serves me correctly. This is completely non-basketball related, and you're having so many of these issues. So it's just frustrating, because you got to look in the mirror and you got to figure out, why is this happening? Like I said, in 2 years, or in a year really, you had Montrezl Harrell get arrested. You had James Bouknight get in trouble twice, basically in the same week. And granted, James Bouknight's situation is nothing like Miles Bridges or Montrezl Harrell, but and then going on to Miles Bridges, you have this situation with Miles Bridges. You got to figure out what is going on in your organization, and you gotta have stability, especially with these young players. So the Hornets need to look themselves in the mirror, and I know, like I said, I talked about what they should do basketball-wise, but off the court or in the office, whatever you want to say, the Hornets need to look themselves in the mirror and figure out what the heck is going on, because this is ridiculous at this point. Like, you can't get a coach, you settle for coaches. And like I said, I actually like the Steve Clifford, you know, signing or hiring now, but still, you settling for coaches, you let your players basically do whatever. And I'm not talking about PJ or LaMelo's situation. In my eyes, they're not hurting anybody. While PJ's situation was messy, nobody's like physically getting hurt or, you know, or in big trouble. So that is what it is. Like, PJ still came on the court, did his thing, played defense. One of the only players to show up during the play-in. And LaMelo still brings his game every day, despite, I mean, I say despite, it's nothing they're doing is like horrible. It's just life. You know, even regular people go through things like that. So it's just, the Hornets need to look themselves in the mirror and figure it out. That's all I'm saying. And my camera's dying. So that does it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm free agencies today, so that's why I kind of made this video. If free agency was a month from now, I would kind of wait to hear more before I made this video, unless y'all absolutely requested it. But if there are any videos y'all request, let me know down in the comment section below. I was gonna do a lot of like free agency predictions, but it's almost impossible now. So unless like actual news happens, I might not do too many videos today, just because of the fact that I don't know what the heck to even speculate at this point. But once again, thank you so much for watching. It's been Trust the Buzz. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, because those are the best ways you can help the channel. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers by the end of August, and I'm at 54. So y'all are killing it. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.